Welcome to this Engineered in Stitches video. I've been asked if I could make a video to help you insert the zip in the curved edge purse, and I've been thinking about this a lot, and I've tried a couple of times already, but I've found it very difficult to get the camera angle so that you can actually see what I'm doing. And I made this one, the top piece of this one that I'm adding now, as part of my previous video. I didn't want to have to unpick it all and start again. So the zip's inserted into the first piece already, and I've also done the first part of the curve on the second piece. You can't see the behind the needle terribly well with the camera, but you can see the front part really easily. So just to recap, you mark the centre of the zip and you line that up level with the centre point on the hoop. And the first stitch will stitch just across the centre point, and then it will go to the left of that point, which is upwards, and keep stitching lots of separate little bits until that curve is finished. Now we're going to do this half of the zip, and the needle is going to come down here and it's going to stitch back to the point where that first lot of stitching ended. And all I have to do is keep pressing the start button, but making sure that the zip tape is lined up with that coloured line of stitching. If you remember, in the written instructions, I suggested you stitch that first colour, stitching the fabric down in a contrast colour so that it will really show up. So here we go. Apart from the camera angle, the main problem I had with the previous video was that it came out so long because I did the whole zip. And if you know me and my videos, a 5-minute one can take about 5 hours to upload to YouTube. So a 15-minute one would take about a day and a half. So all we're doing is stitching lots of little sections, about 1 centimetre at a time. Coming round to complete this zip. Just holding it down with my finger just to make sure the tape stays lined up. There's no need to worry about your fingers because it's always stitching away from you. It might seem a bit of a waste of time doing all these separate little bits, but trust me, it gives you a nice smooth curve. It's not got any corners in it, and it's proved to me on my trials to be the best way to do it. There we are. As the curve gets a bit steeper, the bend gets a bit more. And when we come up to the last piece, which I think is the next one, it's the steepest of all. Oh no, one more to do. I wasn't counting. Obviously you don't need to change colour each time the machine stops. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? So now we're moving. And I'm going to just alter the camera angle a little bit so that you can see the whole thing. The next colour, got a few whiskers there, the next colour will stitch the 2 pieces of the purse together. Now, to check the lining up, what you do, you lift the edge and see where the seams are coming. Now, I can see that that seam is miles away, and what you have to do is kind of push the front part of the purse upwards a bit, and that makes the zip stand vertically. It's really easy at the front end of the purse. Not quite so straightforward at the back end, but it's not impossible. You have to just sort of lean round a corner a bit so that it's like that. There aren't any metal bits of the zip, they're well out of the way, so I'm going to grip my teeth and stitch. I'm going to stitch about halfway round. I'm going to stop the machine and just check that this end is still right. Just keep that zip straight up like that. There we go. Now, the thing we have to do next, incidentally that last colour was the one you missed out the first time around. What we have to do now is persuade this lot out of the way a bit so that we can stitch the lining. And this is much easier than it was on the first piece because it does tend to keep out of the way because this is already held down. So this is the bit we might have a bit of trouble with. So that might do with a bit of tape, but I don't happen to have any handy at the moment, so I'm going to risk not doing. I'm going to put my piece of lining over the whole thing like that. I'm going to start stitching. Once it's started, I can just push that in out of the way like that. And you can feel around there where it's going to go. It's following that little wall. There we are. And I've made the hugest error of all, and you're probably laughing at me. What have I forgotten to do? I've forgotten to open the zip. So I'm going to take this out of the machine. I'm going to just unpick a few stitches at this end so I can release the zip, and then I shall stitch them again. It isn't a disaster, it's still in the hoop, and I've realised, and put it down to my age. So I hope you have a trouble-free insertion of your zip.